Anakin, drop! Go! Tell them to take off!
From the film-worthy stories outside the Skywalkers to the nerve-jarring ordeals of confusion, replication, and lack of creativity facing the Star Wars franchise, there could be more than meets the eye in the sad story of this falling giant. And looking at it critically, these are some of the reasons why Liam Neeson is right about the new era of Star Wars. As you know, Liam Neeson, the legendary actor, has come out and dropped some truth bombs about the current state of Star Wars.
Anakin, training to become a Jedi is not an easy challenge. And even if you succeed, it's a hard life.
C-14 at your service. This way, please. My master will be with you shortly.
Last week, he made some candid comments about his feelings toward the franchise, and it's safe to say that he's not too thrilled about it. When asked about returning to the Star Wars universe after his cameo with Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan, Liam was pretty straightforward. He said, "No, I'm not. There are a lot of Star Wars spin-offs. That's wearing it thin for me, and it's taken away the mystery and the magic in a weird way." Now, I know what you're thinking. How can a guy who had midichlorians in the prequels complain about the current state of Star Wars?
Sorry.
Dioxys.
Well, he's got a point, and I'm here to break it down for you. At 70 years old, Liam Neeson might not be the target audience for the new Disney era of Star Wars, but that doesn't mean he's wrong. There's just too much Star Wars material out there, and it's all happening at once. I mean, have you seen the recent movies and TV shows? It's like they're pumping them out faster than a stormtrooper can miss a shot. Don't get me wrong, there's still some great Star Wars content out there, but I have to agree with Liam. It's starting to feel like too much of a good thing. The mystery and magic of the original trilogy have been replaced with endless spin-offs and reboots. And looking critically, one problem that the Star Wars franchise has been facing recently is the continued reliance on the Skywalker saga and those attached characters. Let's face it, we've all grown up with Luke, Leia, and Han, but it's time to move on, people. That's why the new trilogy didn't come off as well as it could have. It needed to be a direct sequel starring old faces and their direct descendants. Don't you guys agree?
Right.
Remember, concentrate on the moment. Feel. Don't think. Use your instincts. May the Force be with you.
And let's not forget about the other problematic projects, like Obi-Wan. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan, but trying to serve as some sort of prequel redemption just felt hollow and pointless. It's like, come on guys, give us something new and fresh. Then we have the Book of Boba Fett. Now, we all love Boba Fett. He's a beloved character, but what the heck did they do to him in this series? It's like they took this amazing character and made him weird and lame. What a disappointment. And let's not forget about Solo. Who asked for a Han Solo prequel movie? Not me, and clearly not a lot of people went to see it either, since it performed so poorly at the box office. All of these misfires have led to Disney indefinitely putting off making standalone Star Wars movies, and honestly, that might be for the best. We need to let the franchise breathe a little and come up with something new and exciting, don't you think? To be honest, we all know that the franchise has been going through some ups and downs lately, but even when things are good, it seems like they just can't resist the temptation to bring in some of that good old Skywalker saga drama. Take The Mandalorian, for example. It's been a shining example of the good new Star Wars, but even it couldn't resist the urge to bring in a CGI Luke Skywalker to train Grogu. Now, don't get me wrong, it was cool at the time, but let's face it, it was better when it was all clear, right? And now that the series is becoming a Dave Filoni Rebels sequel, leading up to the new Bo-Katan plotline and all that, I'm just not sure where it's going. It's like they can't let go of the past. But hey, there are two Star Wars projects that I think got it right: Rogue One and its prequel series Endor. These shows mostly leave the Skywalkers behind and focus on their own stories. And you know what? It works. Endor in particular was a grounded experience about the oppression oppression of the Empire and the birth of a rebellion. You know, that lushy forested moon orbiting the gas giant Endor, which was the location of the climactic battle between the Empire and the Rebellion in Return of the Jedi. Now, Endor is not just a pretty sight with its lovely trees and flowers. Nope, it's also a symbol of the Empire's oppression.
Going? What do you mean you're going? Going where are you? No, wait! This is no time.
Those stormtroopers were everywhere, patrolling the forest and suppressing the Ewok population. And don't get me started on those Ewoks. Poor things were getting raided and enslaved left and right. But hey, the Ewoks weren't just cute little teddy bears. They played a crucial role in bringing down the Empire. With the help of the Rebellion, they were able to mount an effective guerrilla campaign and disable that massive shield generator. And we all know what happened next, right? The Rebellion launched an attack on the second Death Star, and boom, the Empire's reign of terror was over. So what can we learn from this? That even in the face of overwhelming power, a determined and resourceful person can still overcome their oppressors. It's like the David and Goliath story, but with lasers and Wookiees. But seriously, Endor is a reminder that we can make a difference. Even against the biggest of foes. So the next time you feel like you're up against the wall, just think of those Ewoks and let their bravery inspire you. I mean, it was infinitely more compelling than anything else in this new era, because it was so far removed from the Skywalker saga. It stood on its own, and it was awesome. Now, don't get me wrong, I agree with Neeson, Liam, not Qui-Gon Jinn. A lot of the magic has gone from the franchise in recent years. But fear not, there is hope on the horizon, and it comes in the form of projects like Endor. Speaking of Endor, but let's not forget the real reason we're here. Endor was a grounded experience, showing the oppression of the Empire and the birth of a rebellion. And that's what we love about Star Wars, right? It's not just about lightsabers and force powers, although those are pretty sweet. It's about standing up against tyranny and fighting for what's right. And that's why Jedi Fallen Order was such a breath of fresh air. A brand new Jedi-based story, different from the Skywalkers. Now don't get me wrong, I love some Luke and Leia, but it's always good to mix things up a bit. So let's bring it back to Endor. If projects like this are handled properly, we might just have a future here in the Star Wars universe. Who knows? Maybe we'll even see Cal himself one of these days. So let's keep our hopes up, fellow Star Wars fans, and remember that the magic of this universe is still out there, waiting for us to discover it. But hey, that's just my opinion. What do you think about Liam Neeson's comments on Star Wars?
Battle droids. This is an odd play for the Trade Federation. We've got to warn the Naboo and contact Chancellor Valorum. There's something about this boy. You should be very proud of your son. He gives without any thought of reward. He has special powers.
Do you agree that there's too much material out there, or are you happy with all the new content? As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more hot takes and entertainment news.